Greetings, my people, greetings. Today we're gonna talk about a man that the system created. A youth that grew up in De La Vega City and ended up running the town as a mafia kingpin. A man feared by many, loved by few. Someone that if you defy them, a straight dirt settings for you and everybody that come in and way. We are talking about Tesha, the man named called Dan for Spanish Town. For 20 odd years, this brother walk through the rain and never get wet. Acquittal after acquittal, this man defied the odds and escaped the justice system. But I wonder how him do it. Because what? He had power behind him. But how did he get this power? To understand this power, you have to understand him turf, which was the Spanish Town bus park. It wasn't just a transport hub. It was his personal ATM, which he sent his thugs to collect extortion every day. He created a system where you could not enter that bus park with a vehicle and not pay him. Every customer, every taxi man, every stall about the place had to pay him extortion money so that they can operate their business. In the mid-2000s, him stood trial for the murder of John Houghton. He was acquitted for that murder because witnesses didn't turn up. They was either paid off or threatened. Them didn't want to take the risk going against Tesha. He again went on a next trial after that of a murder of 3 people. And again, he was acquitted because the witnesses didn't turn up. Some of them even changed them statements. Now, the police can't force you to say anything because of your life on the line. So again, he was acquitted and he defied the odds. The pattern was always the same. Witness say they don't remember nothing happen. Some of them, you can't even find them. Them gone about them business. So Tesha continue to rule the Spanish Town bus park and continue to build up in the army down there. By 2013, the Court of Appeal freed him on a gun charge and a robbery charge. Say, the pattern does not change for him. Again, he was charged and was freed. Him walk out of prison with no shame. Him reputation bulletproof. Nobody can touch him. But again, he heard his name being called up in some couple station that them all come after him. So he did what many dons do in Jamaica, which was to flee to the US to cool off so that things can blow off and he can come back when he's ready. He was deported in 2016 when he touched back at Kingston. When he came back, he found out that one of his generals, his trusted gunman friend, Black Man, began to form his own faction in the Klansman gang. That faction only listen to Black Man. Tesha word comes second to them. The unity died, and so began a civil war, a very bloody civil war in a Spanish Town. The streets of Spanish Town basically turned into one war zone. It was no longer one order, versus Klansman. It was Klansman against themselves. And for a while, the police were aware of it, but they were doing the police job by clapping away at each other. So the police watch and make somebody play out. Things even get so bad to all Tesha brother Craig in get gunned down by Marchpen Road. The rules no longer applied. You can't send the gun them for war each other. Strails can lick out one of the general them head. But while this war was going on, the police were building a case against Tesha. Back in 2008, Douglas Chambers, the then chairman of the JUTC, was trying to break up the gang extortion in the bus park. He saw the grip they had on the area and was trying to get them out. The man was just doing his job, but he was marked for death for it. On June 27, 2008, Chambers was executed right outside the depot. Armed men with high-power rifles pull up upon Douglas and end him right then and there. For over a decade, the police knew who did it, but they couldn't prove it until one day a soldier with a little conscience took a plea deal to testify against Tesha. That was the beginning of his downfall. In 2019, the trial was like no other. The prosecution had a former Klansman to testify in the courtroom. He sat and he described how Tesha Miller carried out his orders and some of the things that he did in the gang, and how he'd ordered the execution of Douglas. The former Klansman member detailed how he planned to send away the members who committed the crime to the Cayman Islands on a little boat. Just like most generals, he didn't fight the war himself and send out him soldier them for do the wrongdoing. The luck that Tesha Miller had all throughout his life run out that day. In December 2019, the judge handed down a guilty verdict. He received 38 years and 9 months in prison. He was 40 at the time. If he were to do it the entire time, you'd be a very old man by the time he touched the outer road. Now, at the time of this recording, Tesha and his group of lawyers has made an appeal to the Supreme Court of Jamaica to squash this case. Now, just like him friend that gone overseas, he's attempting to escape the justice system and to come back a road. But people, tell me something. Do you think there's any space for him on the road if he beat this case? No, Tesha has lived his life on the edge for many years, so him not really fear nothing. To him, like many other ghetto youths raised in the system, all them need are a little bit of money and whole heap of luck will come them way. Jamaica has veered away from the whole gunman pan the island image. Jamaica wants to change for the good. That is why they have implemented a system to get rid of the gunmen, gangs that made Jamaica look bad on the international scene. Companies and people want to invest their money, but they can't if they don't trust the Jamaican economy. Putting down a business one place and having people come and extort it is not good for business. And Jamaica has veered away from that. But people, tell me what you think. Wanna like, subscribe, and share the video.